Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Swiss Watch King. Thank you for the great support in 2019 and I really appreciate you guys. We had great feedback so far and 2020 we want to spice it up, bring you some different videos and also review watches from brands which you have requested via my Instagram and also under the videos all the time. Today we're going to review a very special watch which I bought at the end of last year. You saw it in an interview which I posted on my channel previously, and it's really a pleasure to review it for you guys in all the details. Today we're going to talk about the Hublot Classic Fusion that was created for the Singapore Watch Club. Let me now explain to you guys what this watch is all about and why I bought it. So last year in November I went to Singapore. And this is actually a watch we inside the Singapore Watch Club were anticipating for more than a year to be created. Tom showed us a few teasers along the way. Some of the members also chimed in on the design. And as soon as he presented me the watch, if I would be interested to purchase one, I immediately said yes. The watch was a collaboration for Singapore Watch Club's 4th-year anniversary. It's actually the second watch they made. The first watch they made is the Untitled Classic with a black Grand Feu enamel dial, which you saw in the interview with Tom. The Singapore Watch Club special editions are always something unique, which you never see by the brand before. So what Tom's goal is, as he creates these watches from scratch with the brand, is to make a watch which has never been done before, and often incorporate a material or design aspect which the brand has never done. He so-called challenges the brand to create something special. For those who know Hublot, you know that the brand is more controversial on social media and sometimes not well received. Although on mainstream, offline, the watch is very successful. Hublot was run by none other than Jean-Claude Biver, which in the watchmaking world is pretty much a god. He turns around each company that he starts working in. That's what he also did with Hublot. Hublot as a brand is the first watch brand that introduced a precious metal watch and put it together with a rubber strap, which at the time was unheard of. Nowadays, it's a normal and very common thing to see. The most famous watches using that kind of fusion of materials are, for example, the Royal Oak Offshore line. Hublot is all about the art of fusion. That's their slogan and that's what they stand for. So the art of fusion was also something Tom was looking at when he designed this watch. So in this watch, which for me is one of the best Hublots ever made, of course it's a very subjective opinion because this is my watch, but also prior to this, like Tom, my favorite was the Dubai Vision watch, which you saw also in this interview. So what Tom wanted to create with this watch is, he wanted to stay true to Hublot's passion and Hublot's message, which is fusion. So he combined two worlds, the world of Chinese history and calligraphy and linen, and the meaning of the Singapore Watch Club, which is a tight-knit community, and the world of Hublot, which is using special materials and mixing them all up together to make these beautiful art pieces. What also Tom created is something Hublot has never done. So this dial which you see here is made out of real linen, like my shirt is. And it was very difficult for Hublot to develop this dial because they never done it before. Linen is a fabric which is very special and very old in Chinese history. And that's why Tom used it. And again, it was a big challenge for Hublot to create it. Actually, this is a fumé linen dial, which is brighter in the center and becomes darker when you go out of it. What you also notice is Chinese calligraphy numerals. So this is also the first Hublot which has these type of numerals. They are applied on the dial itself, which makes it gorgeous, and they're very 3D when you look at them. When you turn the watch around, you play with light, you see how the numbers stand out, you see the depth of them, and just how intricately they're made and polished. Tom worked with a local Singapore artist, Clarence from Craft Varies on Instagram, who actually in a full body motion created these big calligraphy numbers on a big scale, and then they digitalized them to fit in the watch. I mean, if you think about just that process, you know how much work they put into this watch already. What he also wanted to create is a combination of materials which Hublot has never done. So this is a Classic Fusion model, which is a 42 diameter case. So Hublot, prior to this model, never created a black ceramic case with rose gold details like the screws and the side ring and the crown. Again, it's something that Tom looks for, and also the brand was happy to do, because if you make a special edition watch, I think it should be really something new, not just a slight dial color change or maybe a different strap color. I don't think that's really a limited edition, but most brands do it like that. So like I said, this watch was sold internally to the Singapore Watch Club and only to the community it's in. It's a limited edition of 30 pieces only, and each were spoken for before the watch was even announced online. A lot of you guys asked me on the DMs on Instagram, because I posted this watch before, is how much the price is. So the price of this model is 15,000 Swiss francs, which some of you guys might think it's a lot for a Hublot. And although Hublot being a very controversial and sometimes hated on brand because they make so many limited editions, this model was very well received. From Hublot, the community, the Hourglass as well, that's the partner company Tom and the Singapore Watch Club is partnered with when they do like special release watches. So we were really happy that the response was very positive and all the members wear it proudly on the wrists. When I open up the buckle, which is stainless steel and coated with PVD or DLC, you can see on the case back, it's open. You can see the Hublot movement, which is a great Workhorse movement, and you can see that the Hublot logo is applied on the rotor. It has a power reserve of 2 days, which is plenty. I wear this watch a lot and it doesn't ever run out. So on the back you have your normal like inscriptions, like the Classic Fusion. You see which number this is, so mine is number 15 out of 30, and you see the Hublot logo on it as well. The black ceramic case is also very well made. On the side it's polished, as are the lugs on the front side. On the bottom you have brushed finishes, and the bezel is brushed from the top and polished from the side, which is a great combination, and when the light or the sunshine hits it, it's beautiful to watch how it changes the shapes and the reflection. For me personally, I really like the contrast between the black and the rose gold metals. Also, what's special about the dial is, because it's linen, it's actually a unique dial. So all 30 members and 30 owners of this watch have a special piece unique dial, so to say, because linen, when they put it on the watch, it behaves differently. So I have a different pattern than the next guy has, for example. Like I said in the interview with Tom, when I look at this watch, it's not even an object or a metal or a watch itself. I don't really need to read the time on it. It's a nice feature because at the end of the day, it's a watch. But for me, this watch is a memory. Is me being in Singapore, traveling, eating xiaolong bao, eating satay, stingray, exploring the city, partying. You know, buying watches should be fun. You should buy a watch because you love it visually, because it reminds you of a great time in your life, and not only because of the market value. Although, like I said, this one probably won't go anywhere. Let me now put the watch on the wrist for you guys as always and see how beautifully it fits me. Like you see, I'm very excited about this watch because I've been waiting for it since a long time. The watch is, I mean, perfect. It fits the wrist amazingly. The rubber strap is really comfortable, and in summertime or when you sweat, it really helps. You don't destroy the strap. And because it's a ceramic case, it helps also because you don't destroy it, you don't scratch it. This was pretty much it for the review, guys. I love this watch. I said this probably too many times in this video, but I really mean it, and I'm very happy because, like I told you, the watch was in development for more than a year, and we knew about it internally. We just couldn't speak about it online or to anybody basically. If you have any questions about this watch, let me know, leave a comment down below or write me on Instagram on the DM. And on the side you have again, you know, the drill from last year, a watch we'll be reviewing next. It's actually one of the watches which was, safe to say, requested most to review on this channel. If you know which watch this is, leave a comment down as well, and maybe you'll get it this time. I think because of the hype of this watch, you might recognize it immediately, but for some of you it might be a completely new discovery. Thank you for watching and see you soon.